Tuesday night class. Oh, Thursday night class, right? We're on YouTube right now, so it's our Thursday night class. And just a quick couple announcements. We got the Houston location, the Virginia location, the Rochester location, the San Antonio location. Virginia and Rochester got the exact same class days and class time. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for Virginia and Houston, for Virginia and Rochester, right? And then Saturdays is 12 noon to about 5 to 6 p.m. touching 7, right? For the Sabbath reading. And then you got San Antonio and Houston. Their class days are the exact same day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? The class times are similar. Houston starting at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and San Antonio at 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So, and then of course they got the same exact. We all got the same exact Sabbath days, but the class time starting for Houston and San Antonio are 10 a.m. right? 10 a.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. No, to about to about 5 p.m. right? Maybe 6, depending on how long the reading may go on. Because brothers and sisters may have questions. Brothers and sisters might be adding in, might go into a point. Different scriptures come out based on that point. Somebody need understanding, so that can prolong the reading, which is okay because that's the whole point of being in a classroom, right? Yeah. Classroom. This is a room where you come to get class, aka learn. So that's a blessing. Then of course we got the high holy days coming up. And again, like we say, you got time to plan ahead. You have time to plan ahead to make a visit to congregate with the brothers and sisters either in Houston, VA, right, Rochester, and San Antonio, right. So take advantage of that opportunity. And we got Purim coming up, right, which is on the 2nd to the 4th. So Purim is on the March 2nd to March 4th, right? March 2nd to March 4th. So take advantage of that, right? And then we got Passover coming up. That's May 2nd for the actual Passover celebration, and May 3rd for the actual Passover Expo, right? So Passover celebration is May 2nd. Passover Expo is May 3rd. The Expo is basically you're going to be able to see different designs such as this, right? This garment. Or you might see armbands. You might see headbands. You might see sisters going to be making creative stuff. Can y'all say what y'all about to make? Or y'all can't say? No, for real. Top secret. Yeah, no, y'all really can't say what y'all about to make? Y'all can? Y'all can or no? Okay, what you making? Oh, you designing denim jeans. And what else? Skirts. And denim skirts. So one sister's doing denim jeans and denim skirts. Another sister's doing what?
I do bonnets that convert to wearable head wraps.
Wow. Bonnets that convert to wearable head wraps. And then the sister right here? Fringed bags? Okay, oh. So another sister's doing fringed bags. So you got 3 different styles of decor happening, right? But a sister doing bonnets that you can convert into a head wrap. Another sister's doing fringed bags, aka purses, right? Oh, like for brothers and sisters? Huh? Okay, universal shoulder bags. Sisters making universal shoulder bags for male or female. Um, and then denim dresses, right? And denim jeans. So that's what you're gonna be seeing at the expo. You're gonna be seeing wall art at the expo too. You're gonna be seeing some sweet ambience at the expo. So take advantage of that, right? Right? You might see some herbs over there for those that trying to get their health right. Right? Hey, it said that on the flyer. You're gonna have some sweet ambiance. You're gonna have some chosen creations. You're gonna have some sisters doing different things at the expo. Oh, excuse me. Right? You're gonna have different things going on. So different designs, different decors. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that, and and to enjoy. And it's going to be a lot of good conversations, a lot of good building moments, and you're going to have multiple priests, multiple elders, multiple brothers with wisdom. So you're going to be able to even chat. So different things going to be going on. So we got that, and we got the Mashaba podcast. So we got different ways to deliver the truth. Same message, same truth, same one spirit in Christ, but just different arenas of delivering it, right? 5 minutes of wisdom, right? Quick wisdom that you can give for somebody to digest. Hidden Truth Bible Show, which is we got the Hidden Truth Bible Show podcast, and we got the Hidden Truth Bible Show, which is for documentaries, right? And we got the the Israelite Media Corp, which is for news, and then you got the Manna of the Day. So you got different things going on, different things rolling, and just with the Mashaba podcast on Podbean app, it's at 11 a.m. CST, 10 a.m. MST, 9 a.m. PST, and then 12 noon EST. So take advantage of that, right? And of course, we got the chosen creations, right? Israel wear falls on the chosen creation. Israel wear would do something like this, a garment such as this one, right? This was last year's Passover. This was last year's Passover garment, right? So Israel wear specializes in making full garments. So take advantage of that, right? Something dope that you could do. As we was talking about chosen creations lightly a little bit, you could get an armband, headband, wall art. You could do different things under the banner of chosen creations. The skills are unlimited, right? Or without limits. So you got that, and then of course you got sweet ambiance. You can support the business, the fragrance business. It got skincare, got oils you could burn in your house, frankincense and myrrh, or if you just like to smell something fly, something nice that you could wear on a family day, hanging out, stepping out, going to work, whatever you like, right? So, and then with that, we also got Hebrew Academy. That's in Virginia and Rochester on every Monday, and then in Houston every Tuesday. That's for brothers and sisters, for brothers that want to learn to be a priest, right? You want to learn to be a priest. You want to learn to be a godly man. You want to learn to serve your nation. So take advantage of that as well too. It's important, because you don't want to just be spitting out the knowledge. You want to actually learn how to live the word, right? It's called living word or living water, right? So of course we got that, and then we got the priest that you can contact if you need any more information on any of the things we just spoke about today or on this intro, right? Announcements. You got Priest Kazaki, which is 757-300-4047. You got Priest Quadazop, 303-557-8979. You got Priest Zionala, which is 346-234, 8340. So that's 757-300-4047 for Kazakia. And then for Priest Quadazop, it's 303-557-8979. And then Priest Zionala, which is 346-234-8340. Right? And of course, if you want to donate, you could donate to Rock 144, right? On Cash App, $Rock 144. $Rock 144. So if you in there, you watching, the lights is on for a reason. We say it all the time. Lights is on for a reason. The internet's on for a reason. You see brothers and sisters Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, right? For a reason, because somebody's paying the bill, and it's the collective of the body, right? Brothers and sisters, and the brothers that do work for the body as well. So, got to see that we're a family unit, right? So let's all chip in spiritually, laboriously, and help each other financially with the school, right? So, because this is all our school. It's not one person, right? So let's be a body and help each other. But with that, I know y'all see the title online, right? It's titled Hebrew Israelite Relationships 101, right? Hebrew Israelite Relationships 101. I think this is a needed topic. I think it's important. You got some married, you got some single, right? But it pertains to everybody. Because if you're not married, who you got a relationship with? You married to Christ and the Most High in the church. You should be married to the ministry, right? And so when you hear the scriptures and hear the things that's coming out, you should ponder upon it in that fashion. You married, you should ponder upon the fact that yes, you're married to your husband, but you also married to Christ, which causes you to be married to the church too. So it's all across the board the same. So we're all married. We're all bonded. Use that word. We're all bound and bonded to each other, right? In Christ. In the fact that we're all coming from the same nation. So we can't denounce that. Can't denounce that, right? So we family, right? You can go to Cancun, right, to get away from your family, but that don't mean you can denounce your family, right? We all Israelites. Can't run away from it. So it's not a bad thing either. So, but let's go to the first point. Denounce your worldly vision of marriage. That's the first one. Denounce your worldly vision of marriage. Because coming into the knowledge, everybody had an idea of what their vision was for marriage, right? Like, who had ideas of like what they think marriage was like? You had an idea. Brianna had an idea, right? Did anybody? What you thought marriage was, Tyra? Mike, what you thought marriage was?
I just thought mine was like
Uh-huh.
like boyfriend girlfriend, but you can't just leave like boyfriend girlfriend, like just somebody that you got built a life with.
Uh-huh.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like you got. I felt like you gotta always take care of your wife. Like happy life, happy wife.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Come to find out that's not really right.
That's not really right. Yeah, it's not really right. It's completely opposite of what the Most High was showing us. Learning is, they said, learning is fundamental. That's right. Learning is fundamental. Shalom, Shawab. The Most High, right? Khan. Yeah, I know I did, and it was all an illusion or fairy tale. That's a sister saying what she thought marriage was, and all her thoughts was based off an illusion or a fairy tale. Right? What you thought, Brianna?
Um, well, I just thought that basically it was just you found somebody, I guess that fits you like perfectly, but that's
You thought that you would find somebody. You thought marriage was about finding somebody that fits you completely perfect.
yeah,
Okay.
and that like
Oh, you got the mic? Give Bree the mic because I can hear you online. Make sure.
I thought that it was about finding somebody who like fits you perfectly and basically like you just always get along and
Oh, okay.
you have you help each other reach your goals and you build a family,
Mm-hmm.
do family things,
What's the family things?
outings, vacations,
Oh, okay.
like that.
So you said
And like a church family, basically.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you was looking for the church family standard. White picket fence, take the vacations.
Yeah.
From what we see in the world, they say that these people don't argue, right, or have disagreements. Everything's perfectly fine, right? What else you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say like the woman stays home and takes care of the kids, and the man goes to work.
You wanted to be a housewife?
Yeah.
Okay, Reed wanted to be a housewife. Nice. Okay, I didn't know that. So you thought you was gonna you thought you stay home, don't go to work. Not saying you don't work.
Yeah.
Not
Like
saying you
your
don't work.
basically is the things of the house and the kids.
Yeah, your work was the house, the kids, and those things. Okay, so you thought it was gonna be a smooth sailing.
Huh.
What made you? Where'd you get that idea from, though? I'm curious. And
Um,
same thing to you. I'm curious too. What made you think that, Tara?
Well, I grew up in the church, so for a lot of people, that's what I saw. So, me personally, I grew up. I didn't grow up with a father in the house, so that's what I wanted for my future.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you wanted that for your family.
That's what I saw in my church. So,
You saw it in your church, and then you like, I want that. You seen the kids walking with their parents, and you're like, man, I want that. And then you started to create your vision in your head through that. Okay, there you go. And then going back to Tara, Where'd your idea of where'd that stem from?
Kind of like Rihanna, like, cause I was raised, my mother, well, I had two mothers,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? But everybody was happy, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You when you say you had two mothers, because
Cause I was born Muslim.
okay, yeah, there you go.
In a
Get a
so-called
little
Muslim
context. Get a little
religion.
context.
In a so-called Muslim religion. And my father had two
Right.
mothers, my mother and my other mother. But I kind of was raised like, breed, like, everybody happy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like,
Uh.
my father ain't never put neither one of them away. So, like I said, it was like a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Mm.
You just can't put nobody away, you just with them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And, like, everybody was happy. So, it was like, and both of my mothers was happy. So, it was like, happy life, happy wife. So, they was happy, we was happy, everybody was happy.
Okay.
But I ain't see that also. I ain't see.
You didn't see the behind the scenes of.
Yeah, I ain't see all
You didn't
that.
see the
I just
arguments. You didn't see the.
everybody always happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, that they. Which is good. They showed you they ain't put y'all in any drama. Right?
like,
That's good.
Everybody happy, and you kind of see my family. Everybody like we stay together still. You know.
Yeah, the kids.
My parents not
Well, the
together.
adults.
Yeah,
The,
my
the,
parents not together, but the kids still together. You know.
Mhm.
What I'm saying? So it's like that's what I thought marriage was until I found out myself, and ain't like that.
mm.
So,
Yeah, yeah. That's usually the thought that that it's two different experiences. Yours is Muslim. Yours is a
I come from
Christian
Baptist.
Baptist church, but they both was dealing with that whole idea of like everything's gonna be perfect, easy. There's no real because like one thing I noticed that y'all didn't say is somebody was giving y'all instructions. Y'all was just picking up based off what you see and thought. So you was creating your own idea. But really creating your own idea, but also it's probably what you even seen. Because you seen movies. First you seen your house, you seen the people you was around, then you got movies, then you got music, and all these different things make you think oh everything's pitch perfect or it's supposed to be some like you said, happy wife, happy life. And that's all that goes on. Somebody says we all have different expectations until we got into the truth. That and but that's what I'm asking, right? Like what was your idea? We all had, right, correct. You all had different expectations until we got into the truth, which is true. Which is true. And with those ideas, the Most High is telling us now that we have to denounce those things. You have to denounce the way you thought, right? The perfect, right? Everything's perfect picture. You at home work mom. What else you said?
Uh, just basically like the cookie cutter family.
The cookie cutter family, right? The TV family, the Family Matters, right? Family Matters.
Cosby type.
Cosby, Full House, right? The Bill Cosby Full House. But what the Most High is showing us is this, right? Let's go to that 1 John 2:15. You know what? Don't start off with that. Start off with Ephesians 4:17. Ephesians 4:17. Right? Everybody talking with this one. He says, Khan, it was hard to change those thoughts once you were taught it's not what you thought it was. Yeah, but we gotta realize though, you ain't just gonna walk in the building and you done let go of all those perspectives. It takes time to break that mind, that old vision that you had from the world. It takes time to break that old idea of marriage that you have from the world, because that is what will interrupt. That's the reason why I asked, because that idea, that vision you had of marriage, it will interrupt your relationship right now. It will interrupt your bond right now. It will interrupt the connection that you try to build with your spouse right now, because you have an idea. It's an old vision from the world. Right? What did you think, Armand?
About marriage.
Yeah, in the world.
When we got married, we didn't really know what we was doing, because we both came from backgrounds where, single family homes.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was around, married people in the world, like family members,
Right.
And, you know, those marriages wasn't all that, you know, good or
Healthy.
healthy.
Right.
You know, the closest I got to seeing a marriage,
Mm-hmm.
a good marriage,
Mm.
was you know, like you said, the TV shows,
Oh,
Wife and Kids, and
right.
you know, all black sitcoms with the married couple.
Uh-huh.
So when we did get married, it was just you know, trying to figure it out.
Mm. So you had no idea.
No idea.
You were just in limbo, like don't know what to do. You going on the fly.
We knew we wanted to make it work. We wanted to do something different for our kids.
Uh-huh.
You know, to see. We didn't want our kids to go through what we went through.
Right.
You know, or just experience the things that we went through.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, we was like, okay, we gotta make this. We gotta make this work.
Okay.
Know?
So y'all was just bullying through the battles.
Yeah, kind of.
But not really having an idea how to overcome the battles of marriage.
Kind.
Yeah, but y'all was fighting through it and not just letting whatever come up put y'all apart.
Exactly. Kind.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all was winging it.
Yeah,
it's
definitely was winging it. Yeah,
winging it. So you was just you didn't have no idea. You just was like, I'm not trying to be my parents.
Yeah, that we did have little examples, you know.
Yeah.
Meeting people, but you know, it's just not what
was needed.
What was needed, you know, or we never got the, you know, on point information of how to make it work.
Right.
You know, properly.
Right. But missing pieces.
Yeah.
Y'all knew but you knew you was missing pieces. You didn't have a full idea, and you was just trying to pick what was the best. What was the best thing? Okay, Sister Samaya, cause you kind of grew up like Tyra. You was Muslim. Oh. When you was younger, you was Muslim. Well, what was your idea of marriage? Like, he's winging it, right? She got the picture perfect church family, right? On the surface, you got the Tamala Mann and David Mann idea, right? Meet the Browns, and Tyra was like, happy wife, happy life. As long as people smiling, everything good.
I mean, I really never think about marriage or anything like that.
Oh, that just never crossed your brain. You ain't never thought about it. So when did it hit you? The idea of it. You just never pondered about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It just happened.
Yeah, it's not something else.
No, that's good. Shoot, that's good actually, right? Well, the good thing is that you come into the truth young, so now you actually you don't have a preconceived notion of what marriage is supposed to be like. So that can help in the sense of if you're willing to learn as you're learning to be a sister, just a sister in Christ, you'll be able to pick up the qualities, the attributes of a righteous woman, right? And whatever the Lord got instilled for the future, you'll be prepared, right? So, but okay, so you ain't really it just went in your mind, so you don't even have an idea.
No.
You don't have an idea. How about you, Uriah? I'm asking everybody before we just running through the scriptures because I just want to see where everybody's head at. Because we're talking about Hebrew Israelite relationships 101, right?
God.
But it says denouncing your worldly vision of marriage. So everybody had an old vision, but that old vision don't just disappear when you come into the truth, right? You don't just lose sight of how you behave based on what you think your relationship should operate like. So there's things that the Most High has to crack at and pierce at, and like the scriptures say, purge out of you from that old vision or that old way of handling your relationship, right? So that's why I'm asking everybody rather than just jumping straight into scriptures and all that stuff, right? But we're gonna get to it because that's the main source of the solution.
So for me, I come from a single parent home,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing I seen was my mom would have a boyfriend,
All right.
and like when he or or she get on each other nerves. He's either out the door, or they're arguing, or he's there for a season. So it was like, I might see somebody for 3 years, got cool with him, playing video games. He's teaching me his worldly knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Christmas, Thanksgivings, but then he's gone. This is in the world. Then he's gone, and it was like that since I was I was young. So I was always thinking, like, my dad wasn't around. So if I ever have kids, I want to be in their life. So I want a strong, structured marriage that's sustainable.
Oh, so y'all was thinking alike right there. I wanted a strong structure.
I knew that, like, my mom relationships, I didn't want to fall into that statistic. So I learned from that. But also, when I was younger, I went to it was this lady named Sister Janice. She was apostolic. So she wore dresses. She cooked clean.
She was your idea of an ideal woman.
In the world, the only woman I ever seen like that was kind of modest. Cause I was like, why she always wearing dresses?
Right.
But she was always feminine. But she'll get on if you do something wrong around the house, she'll whoop you. She'll turn up real quick. She'll knock them demons out of you.
Sister Janice.
Sister Janice.
There you go.
So I seen the love in that household. The father was from the military. And he was just teaching me some key things. Reading, math,
So you looked at Janice and her husband
as a prototype model that I never seen, because it was kids around the neighborhood used to go to Sister Janice's house. Because she had a son named TJ. So they'd go to Sister Janice's house because everybody else's household was a broken household. So we like to be around TJ because it was a household that was unified.
And I'm asking, so you was looking for a woman like Sister Janice?
Yeah, that was the best representation that I seen in my life. And as her husband, he was kind of like the best representation in the worldly sense that I seen, where he stayed on people's necks. So
let me ask you, were you trying to base yourself, and I'm asking, understand, right? You was trying to base yourself off of the brother military?
No, I was trying to, like, if I was gonna find like a wife, I was gonna base it off like Sister Janice, because you never heard them arguing. They always was smiling.
Right.
If they had probably a situation, it would probably arrived upstairs in the bedroom where they had to talk it out. So I never seen that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Sister Janice was real cool, because
going on.
I don't want to go off that, but yeah, she was the prototype. And as I got older, and I found the truth. I wanted to deal with women the right way. So when I started reading the Bible and seeing the Proverbs 31 woman,
right,
Ephesians, all these virtues and things of that nature, and all these virtuous women and ancient women, that's our ancestors. I was thinking, like, a woman, if she's reading the Bible, or if I'm reading the Bible, I'm supposed to be that quickly, and she's supposed to be that quick.
You know what I want to give everybody now? I know I said Ephesians 4:17, but this will connect with what everybody just said. Romans 10:2. Because this is what y'all seen in the world. Because everybody was able to highlight, well, minus Maya and Armand, but for the most part, y'all was able to highlight somebody or a scenario where there was a figure of an upright relationship, or a prototype style of how you wanted to live your life, because you seen these individuals that semi-inspired you to reach to that stature, because you didn't want that for your family.
Nah.
You didn't want that for yourself, right? So let's read Romans 10 and 2. And
Well-
the brother said, Shalom, I thought of marriage. So he's saying his thought of marriage. Well, and he's saying this is what he thought. Well, this is it. I can't do my own thing no more. So he thought he was losing himself. So he thought of marriage like you got to lose yourself, which is true, in a sense, right? True in a sense because now you're time into yourself. But that's the whole truth, right? You learn to lose the old man. You're losing the bad characteristics. In your marriage, you should learn to get rid of the bad characteristics, the flaws. That's what you're learning to relinquish when you have to you can't do your own thing anymore. But we're gonna get there, right? So let's read that Romans 10 and 2. Now we can go into it.
Romans chapter 10, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
For I bear them record
Uh-huh.
that they have a zeal of God,
Right?
but not according to knowledge.
There's a lot of people. Those people that y'all was looking at, the scenarios that y'all was seeing, y'all seen people in a church mentality or a so-called conscience mentality, right? Where they had a zeal of God, right?
Yeah.
They had a prototype look they had a semblance of good and healthy relationship, but truly, like y'all said, all y'all did was see the happy moments. That's all you seen. And can you say a jewel they passed on to you now? Who can recall a jewel that these prototypes passed on to you?
I do got
Uh-huh.
I didn't mean to leave them out, but my aunt and uncle,
Mm-hmm.
they've been together for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but like their loyalty to each other,
That's
that
healthy.
stuck with me. Yeah, that was healthy. Yeah.
That's healthy. But a lot of times people do what? They suffer in silence.
Oh, kind.
That
They were quiet people, so you really don't
you won't know.
you wouldn't know nothing about them.
Right. And that's good that they're not just broadcasting it to the world. So I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking the loyalty. That's good too. But it was a form of a zeal of God, but it was lacking the knowledge.
Yeah.
Kind.
It was lacking a lot of balance. I guarantee you. Because we know in the church what they do. The women ruling over the men. They're arguing. He's quiet for a while. He lets things. He's passive aggressive with it, right? Then after being passive long enough, she burn him up. Then he starts shouting and arguing, right? And then what we see on the news now, pastor beating up his wife, pastor killed his wife, the pastor's wife murdered the husband. That's what's going on in the church. Oh, the churchgoer is on the low, the usher on the low messing with a man. The usher's wife on the low messing with the head pastor. The head pastor's wife messing with the bishop. It's a lot of confusion going on the low, but they smiling in the front, right? But I'm gonna show you something about that smile too. But read that one more time, Uriah. Show you something about that smile.
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
Right, they have a zeal of God. I'm gonna get Proverbs 14 and 13. They had a zeal of God. It was good that the Most High had those little seeds in your life to cause you to consider the wisdom, and was preparing you as you go through your path in life, so that you can receive the word for what it is, the truth. But they had a zeal of God, but what?
But not according to knowledge.
Because though you've seen the smiles, what's behind the smile as well? Let's read that. Proverbs 14, 13. Though you've seen the joy, what's behind the joy? What's behind the joy? What's behind the smile? And what's behind the idea of it looking perfect? Because we know what? Without the truth, without the true understanding of how to go through the word of God, what's life going to be like? It's going to be hellish.
God.
It's going to be bitter. It's going to be angry. It's going to be sorrow. It's going to be passive aggressive. And you really mad at her, or she really mad at you. Y'all really not in agreement, but they just faking the funk. because they're afraid to be alone. A lot of times it be at a point, the relationship be at a point where it's like they're not even dealing. They don't even want to be together. Right? After those 30, 40, 50 plus years, they don't even want to be together, but they just dealing with each other, tolerating each other. Like one of the brothers here, right, in Rochester, this is his grandparents, right? They live in the same building, but they live in a separate house. They live in the same building, but separate houses. So they just tolerating each other. They just really together for what one can benefit the other with. One got the money, one got the rides. They're not even together because they love each other. Why you think think to that 2016, 2020 era, right? What was you seeing a lot of? A lot of those 45-year-olds that was together for 20 years, 50 years old, together for 30 years. What did they do? They was divorcing. They was divorcing. The woman was cheating. The man whoremongering, right? Or they just straight up just leaving each other. But what would make you after 30 to 40 years leave? Because there's things that you didn't deal with in the beginning. There's things you didn't deal with the different trimesters and the different seasons of your marriage that you only had a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Because you know what I mean? People, when I remember this question, I used to ask a lot of married people a lot. I used to ask this I didn't have no answering my question to y'all. I had no idea of marriage. I didn't know what marriage was. I never seen my mother with anybody, right? But so I would ask old people, how did they stick together for all these years? They go, keep God in your relationship, young man. That's right. Keep God in your relationship. That's what we do. We just keep Jesus in our relationship. And we just make sure we go to church. We keep God first. We do our tithes and just be happy. That's literally what I would get. I'm like, okay. But I understood nothing. I learned nothing. I kid you not. I've been asking this question since I was in middle school. And I get the same response. I stopped asking this question when I was 25 maybe. So from middle school to 25, I've been getting the same response. No response. Just God, just believe in God. That's correct. That's correct, but there's more that come with it. Because all they had was what? Worldly information. They physically go to a church. Mm-hmm. They physically in a place that opens up the Bible. Yeah. They physically in a place that says that they're trying to better relationships, yeah. But there's no real information coming out on how to even do that. So you had to create your own idea, but that idea was based off the world. Not the Bible, not the Most High. Yeah. Not how righteous men and women and righteous examples in the scriptures showed us. But this is what was truly going on in those people's relationships. Let's read that. Because they only showed you one side, which is maturity. Give them kudos for that, right? Yeah. That's the maturity. Because nowadays, the parents are doing, you can't even understand. What'd you say? Nothing's coming out. Garbage. They just arguing and defaming, disrespecting the father in front of the children, disrespecting the mom in front of the kids, and just calling her all types of names and calling him all types of names. You no good, man. You don't do that. All the foul language they can't find in an urban dictionary, they is calling that man and that calling that woman that, right? But everybody's idea was a worldly vision of marriage, but that has to be denounced. We got to see the evil that was in that. We can't hold on to even the pieces that they showed you that you're like, man, but that was good. You got to be ready to relinquish that when you come into serving the Most High, because those examples weren't pure. This is what was going on. Go ahead, Amon.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Even in laughter.
Even in what?
Even in laughter.
Even when they was laughing and smiling and seeming happy, there was what?
The heart is sorrowful.
They was really truly sad.
Yep.
Because a lot of the men and women was left feeling what? Unheard. Because then this is what I would be able to get from people that get divorced. They'll have a lot more to say about why they got divorced than why they stayed together for 20 years. The divorced people would be like, she just didn't understand me. She never got me. All the signs was there that she didn't get me, but it's just that, I just was trying to work through it. But you weren't trying to work through it the right way though. You was using the world's version of that. Let me take her out to the movies. Let me take her out on this date, right? Let me make her laugh. I know she liked to laugh. She told me when we met that I like a man that can make me laugh. Now we good. Now the relationship's gonna be spontaneous, but that don't hold it together. Cause how many, like, a lot of these older folks can tell you more about their divorce and give you more wisdom about their divorce than they can about keeping it together. Literally. But this is what's going on. They're laughing, but there's really hurt inside. They're really mad inside. But what else?
Even in laughter,
Mm-hmm.
the heart is sorrowful.
Right?
And the end of that mirth is heaviness.
But it says in the mirth, just giving the definition of mirth, right? Mirth refers to intense joy. Even in that laughter, there's sorrow. But the end of that piece of mirth that they get from watching a movie together, going on a date, taking a vacation, right? The end of that is what? It's heaviness. Because the walk you had, you didn't have no real conversation. You was talking about your little dog that you look at like a child. Your little chihuahua, right? Or your little American bulldog. You was talking about that. You weren't talking about how y'all gonna build the relationship and how y'all gonna work it out and how being a submissive woman is important to the Most High and being a man that's leading the household is important. You weren't talking about that. You was talking about your chihuahua, right? You was talking about the big diamond ring that you wanted, right? The superficial marriage you wanted. That's what you was talking about. You weren't talking about nothing. You was talking about what's your favorite color, which is good. I mean, these things aren't wrong to talk about. Let me say that first and foremost, right? These things aren't wrong to talk about. It's not evil. It's good. But that's all the relationship is be based on. If it's not that, it's just sex. If it's not the sex, it's just he got money. If it's not money, it's just the security. We done been through so much together. She cheated on me. I beat a dude up for her. She beat a chick up for me. She caught me with this chick, ran up in the hotel, snatched the wig off. Like, we done been through it all together. So you know what? We might as well just stick it out. And the years come by again, and y'all done again all over. Y'all quit. Y'all call it quits because down. What y'all was doing to these other people, y'all now doing it to each other. Domestic violence. But the end of that mirth is heaviness. You heavy because you're not using the right wisdom. You're not using the right wisdom because, like that Romans 10:2 said, right? Let's jump back to that. You could drop that on mine. Like that Romans 10:2 said, it said you got a zeal of the Most High. You got a zeal of the Father, but it's not according to knowledge, right? All right. It says, I'm looking at everybody online. They said, divorcing. When she say something, just let her talk. All right. That's what the church say. That's not even just what church say. That's just what everybody say. A Muslim will tell you that. A 5% will tell you that. Woman is God, man. Listen, the woman, she carried the womb. She carried the life. The life is from the woman. She's God, brother. You don't understand? You must ain't read your angel numbers. 5.555. Woman equals God. That's how they talk. It's foolishness. And they roll with that foolish talk. And then that woman do what? You see those same people, man, I thought she was the one, yo. How many times we don't see that in the mall, you right? How many times we don't see that? Like we have a business in the mall. And we work in the mall, so we see people. We've been in the mall for about 5 years, so we see people that start off with their relationships happy, excited. They come, they buy the big bottle for her, right? Or she buy the big bottle for him. Then we see them months down the road, 3, 2, sometimes 1. You know, me and her, we don't get along. I thought we was aligned and all that stuff, but she's a thief. He's a thief, right? I had to call the cops just so I can go get my stuff from him and his dad's house. Or I had to sneak in his house. Foremost, he told me I could go in the garage to get my stuff because they put some of my stuff and my son's stuff, our son's stuff, in the garage because I'm trying to come pick up the toys. So, but you know what? I had some more stuff in there, my birth certificate and my social security. So I had to bust in the house to go get the stuff. This is a real story somebody told me. I'm not just making up stuff right now as I speak. This is a real story. But when I first seen them, they was like, I love her. She's it. She's good to me, man. She's dope. Get whatever you want, babe. Get whatever you want. I'd be like, we got the 40s, we got the 60s, but listen, these 120s though. This 7-inch bottle, this is what you want. He said he trying to treat you today, right? And then he get that 120. She said, are you sure? He said, babe, you have it. It's yours. No price is above you. That's how they feel. But they don't have no real, true, solid foundation in their marriage. It's all worldly. We arguing, we love each other. We fighting, we love each other. I mean, physical and verbal abuse. We love each other. Right? We got a kid, so we just gonna stick it out. So you're gonna stay with a witch and you're gonna stay with a warlock just because what? You got kids? That's the worldly wisdom, though. It's worldly and it's not healthy, but this is why the Most High is saying we got to denounce the world because they have a what?
Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record.
And you can get 1 John 2 and 15 on.
That they have a zeal of God.
They have a what?
A zeal of God.
These people had a zeal of God. But what version?
But not according to knowledge.
They didn't have a true, it wasn't sincere. It wasn't real. It was fake. It wasn't based off nothing. They just telling themselves, I'm spiritual. That's this generation. I'm spiritual, So if I get a woman, she got to be spiritual. If I get a man, he got to be spiritual. Yeah. I got my palomano wood. I got my sage, right? And I know we talk about worldly people, but that's even in the truth. Yeah. I'm burning my frankincense and myrrh. And she told him it's too much frankincense and myrrh burning in the house. She must got demons on her if she don't want to smell frankincense and myrrh. Looking at you making irrational assessments. That's even in the truth, but that irrational assessment in the truth is coming from your worldly perception of marriage. And when we say worldly means anything that's contrary to the Bible. So it means morals, laws, statutes, and commandments that goes against God's laws, right? So a man lying with another man's woman, that's worldly. A man saying happy wife, happy life, that's worldly. That's not of God. You want you and your woman to both be happy. It's not just happy wife, happy life. It's happy man and wife, happy life. Right? Because you both agree together to serve the Most High within the standard of what the Bible says. So that's real. We don't want worldly marriage where you gotta buy me the Birkin bag. But then as soon as you ask her to cook or clean, she arguing with you. Right? As soon as you ask her to do the slightest thing, she got an argument. That's worldly behavior. And Israelite women and men do that too. Both.
John.
But this is the behavior that you have to denounce, but you have to see that what you picked up from the world was not it. It wasn't the standard. It was a below the bar minimum. Can't even call it bare minimum. It was a below the bar minimum, right?
John.
Standard of what the Most High required from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Us being his chosen people. He got a high standard for us. So we can't look at the rest of the world. So, but we're gonna get into it though. But go ahead. This is why he don't want us chasing after the standard of what we picked up and what we've seen in the world, relationship wise, right? Go ahead.
1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Right. 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
Love not the world.
Love who?
Love not the world.
Don't love the world. This is the Bible telling us to love not the world. And if the word's saying it, what are we supposed to do?
Follow it.
We're supposed to, like you said it, we're supposed to follow it. So now if the world's saying, if the Most High said love not the world, right? And we're going through this class, and like you said, Tara, you said happy wife, happy life when you grew up in the world, right? So if the Bible's saying to us, love not the world, but that was a worldly concept, what are you supposed to do? By what this scripture just said. Read that one more time, Amon.
Love not the world.
What does that mean? What is the Most High now telling you to do, Tara? Once you hear that, that's a worldly concept.
Love the word more than the world.
Yeah, right. But it's saying denounce. It's saying let go. It's saying don't associate that logic with yourself anymore. That's not you. That don't have nothing to do with you. That was an American, Caucasian logic that was pushed on us that they don't even believe on. They don't even believe in that. Right? Catherine don't believe in that. Right? Billy don't believe in that. Country Bob don't believe in that. So, but they pushing that narrative on us because they know that's destructive to black families building. Right? Like you said, your examples, you've seen that, your examples. But you have to say, okay, I have to delete those out of my mind. I have to delete that perspective out of my mind because it's not, like, think about it. Are any of those perspectives, like, let's say, Bree, your perspective, you went in deep with the church. Has that been helping your relationship?
No.
Are you saying no just because you think that's the answer I want, or are you saying no because you realize that?
I'm saying no because
Let's give her the mic too. The sister's about to expound why she's saying no.
I'm saying no because any real advice I got on relationships
Mm-hmm.
has really only been in the truth, other than some more general things. So
Right.
anything in depth has only been here.
Right. I'm with that. But I'm saying, like, your perspective that you had on marriage, has that helped or benefited your marriage in any way? Because it's coming from the world, that logic of your perception of what marriage was or what you thought marriage was about before you learned the truth. But has that perspective helped at all? You get the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe only in one way.
Mm-hmm.
In that just from growing up in the church,
Mm-hmm.
that basically as a woman you're supposed to stand behind your husband and you're supposed to support him. I would say that would be the only thing really.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
But okay, but as you talked about the perfectness and the stay at home, and as you brought those ideas, has any of those things benefited you?
No.
That's what I'm saying, right? Not taking away from the the part that did. But I'm just saying, in reality, when we think about it, that's the scriptures that we're reading right now. It's telling us this is why it's saying don't love the world. The world is not helpful. It's not healthy. It doesn't consider us. It doesn't consider you, your spirit. It doesn't consider you being nourished. Like it don't tell your wife to consider you. It don't tell your husband to consider you. It don't tell them to consider how you feel. It tells you just feel how you feel. Run with your emotions as you desire. Think as you want. We literally, I remember, I was riding, and in the who was riding in the Uber one time, and then the lady, she said she's not married no more. Matter of fact, it's an older Judite. She said she had a separate bank account that she didn't tell her husband about, where she felt like she didn't have to tell her husband about that bank account. So she had a secret life down there, a piece of a secret life down there without her husband knowing. So they could have been struggling, cold hard struggling, late on bills. He's trying to pick up 2-3 jobs, but she had a whole separate bank account that she never told him about. And she had the nerve to tell us, and this is a church going woman. She said she had the nerve to tell us, what she say? You remember? She was like, I don't have to tell him that. That's my business. He don't have to know. He don't have to know about my finances. That's my finances. I worked for that. What that got to do with him? Oh, you got Tara.
No, I was about to say something because, like, when I was married, we had our own bank accounts. Like, I didn't need that money. I had my own money.
Right.
So, like, I took care of everything. Can't really. It was weird because, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really care about another person's money.
But y'all a unit. Y'all a team. So it can't be separate. Cause y'all are one. Y'all are a family. And in the family, who's the head?
Now I know I'm supposed to do that.
You're right. You the head, and then you being the head, who's supposed to be making sure that proper decisions are being made, not only financially, but even dealing with children, dealing with one another, how y'all communicate to each other, right? Life-changing decisions, right? To make sure that the other person is not even spending their money the wrong way. So you're supposed to be involved in every area of your wife's life. Yeah, because the Most High, but like the class we're learning, right? That was a worldly perception of marriage, that you don't have to know your wife's how much money she got and all these different things. Yeah, you're a team. I mean, naturally, if you communicate and being a team, she gonna know what you got, you gonna know what she got, and some people they got a shared account, right? But naturally, you're gonna know if you're talking, but the world don't teach that, as we're learning. Just not even just today, but we've been learning. The world don't teach communication in a marriage. They just teach that it's about the finances, that it's about the sex, that it's about the vacation trips that you take. It's about is he hustling hard on money for money? Is she hustling hard for money, right? Or if she's thinking like how Esau have it, you supposed to be the breadwinner, and she ain't got to work as hard because you working hard because you the man. But then, and you being that, but you being in that role, she still don't want to hear you out, or consider the wisdom, or listen, or follow your example or your lead. That's the world, right? Or you could be a woman hard working, but then you got a bum on the couch doing nothing. But it does matter that you know what she got going on, because a little leaven the whole lump. So if she see that you let her live her own life in that area, right? People play on the quiet areas. They'll play on the quiet area if you're not thinking about. Oh, he don't think about finances in this area, right? He don't think about money in this area, so I can move my money around, and he won't even think to ask me. He won't even think to ask me. So I could be dipping money on the side. Remember, there was a scenario, right, with the brother where he had a bank account and he didn't even know, but his wife that known it, right? But she was stocking up that money, and he didn't even know he had that money that she was stocking up, and it was his money, and they were divorced, and this person's trying to take that money. So it's important to even know what's going on. Not saying because somebody might leave and you just trying to be cautious of what will happen if that person leave. You should be circumspect, but you want to know because the Lord gave you a possession. You're supposed to tend to that possession on every which level, financially, health wise, and that's physical, spiritual, and mental, right? And how she's developing herself in the household because the behavior that she does with you is the behavior she's going to teach the daughter, right? The behavior she teaches the daughter is the behavior the daughter going to do with her kids or in her marriage, and you don't want her being sneaky. The woman's being sneaky, but I understand the dynamic what you were saying. You're like, I got money, she got money, so that don't even matter. But it does. It should. Right. But and you know, it's like it's not even just because you just want to know about the money. It's just, it keeps everything in order. Nothing should be secret between when you're if you're truly one, you should know everything, right? Yeah, I mean, but the worldly concept is that that's her business. That they treat it like boyfriend girlfriend, right? You have your life, I have my life. We're not married, so I don't have to be fully committed to you and locked in. But that's a false idea, though. But let's jump back. You get that though, right, Tara? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, right. So, but we get that, right?
John,
Go ahead.
Love not. John chapter 1.
Chapter
1 John
right.
chapter 1 verse 15.
2 and 15.
Yep.
Right. Go ahead.
Love not the world,
Right.
neither the things that are in the world.
There's a lot of things in the world and a lot of concepts, ideas that go contrary to the Father that are in the world. Read.
If any man love the world,
But those concepts and ideas, if you adopt them, if you accept those perspectives, right? If you take in wisdom from people in the world about marriage, people that's not in the Word of God about marriage, what's going to happen? Read.
the love of the Father is not in him.
I'm not saying this. The Most High is saying this. Then the love of the Most High is not going to be able to dwell in you. You're not going to have a care for the way the Most High is commanding you to move. You're going to go by social media standard, right? You're going to see a random video online, a woman talking like she what? Like she's on point. I'm a submissive woman, right? I know, I pack my husband's bags. There was a woman. I pack my husband's bags. I know the way he loves to pack his bags. I know what he wants to eat before he eats it. But is you really doing that though? Is she really doing that or she's just talking? She's not in the word. All right? She's just talking. And if you're looking at that as a man, you're going to run with that and be like, damn, see, this woman's in the world. And even she knows about thinking about her man without her man speaking. Dang, I wish my wife could do that. Then you're going to go back all fired up off of what you've seen from that video, and you're going to treat your wife with that fashion. Or vice versa. You're going to see a man on social media talking, I understand my wife, she's emotional. She's a woman. But as a man, you got to have emotional intelligence. Right? You got to be intellectual and be able to spot the emotion before the emotion comes. But a lot of men these days in 2025, the modern man, he's not emotionally intelligent. That's what they would say. And a sister see that and she be like, my man he don't ask me no questions. He don't check on me. He don't make sure I eat. It's always about him, and him. You're going to run with that. You're going to be fired up. And what you going to be doing? Y'all going to both be in attack mode on each other. Because you're going by social media relationship goals. With people that are in the world that don't care about the Father. That when they hear the word, when they hear the word humility, they look up the definition of humility and they see humility, it says lowering yourself. And they're like, I'm not going to teach my son to lower himself. Why would I teach my son to lower himself? I want my son to be confident in himself. not even understanding the definition. They don't understand what you understand about the scriptures. So you can't go by the worldly perception. But this is why we're going over this class, Hebrew Israelite Relationships 101. You have to denounce your worldly vision of marriage. It's not healthy. It's not realistic. It's not true. Because they don't tell you about all the work that you got to put in to get somebody, to work with somebody, to bond with somebody, to become one-minded with somebody. TV shows don't tell you the real. Right? It's like these commercials, man. They be setting up these foods, these burgers be looking on 10. Then you go to you go to the burger spot. It's a tiny little burger about the size of this mic. But they had that thing looking like a jumbo burger. You got to think about that. It's a mind game. The world want to play mind games on you. So, but read where you at.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The what?
The lust of the flesh.
So they're perceiving their relationships by what?
The lust of the flesh. The flesh.
They're perceiving it by the lust of the flesh. How much money I can get out of her? How much money I can get out of him? Right? She thick, right? He's bulky, right? He's in the gym, I'm in the gym. They're going by the flesh to perceive that. Go ahead.
And the lust of the eyes.
Right, they're going by their eyes. She look good, her smile, her lips, her cheeks, his biceps, right? Dang, he got muscles in his cheeks. Oh my gosh, he's chiseled, right? His braids is crispy. This is what people do. Go ahead.
And the pride of life.
Oh man, he's a CEO of his own company. He's the owner and the CEO. Man, how's he managing that? Man, and he got his kids dressed real nice. Oh man, he got a college degree. Man, I need him in my life. Not knowing that's a demon. It's like all the women that ran to Diddy, all the women that ran to Hugh Hefner, all the women that ran to LL Cool J. Right? But then you run into an abusive monster. But because of his lifestyle, you thought it was good. You thought he was getting something sweet. Go ahead.
Is not of the Father.
But none of those things are of the Father. But what is it?
But is of the world.
Those things are of the world. Those things are deceptive. Those relationships are tricks. How many people you done seen? Like all these athletes run through the same women. Because these are who people are looking at for relationship goals. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, those are relationship goals. Jay-Z and Beyonce, that's relationship goals. Right? But they both demons. They both dealing with witchcraft and all the damn demonic behavior, right? That goes on in Esau's world. And they don't care about black people. So that's not real black love. That's not real Israelite love.
God.
So go ahead.
Verse 17.
And
the world passeth away.
But this world's passing away. So if you holding on to this world, just know that this world's perception of marriage, this world's perception of relationships, and how they're built, how they're constructed, and how they're maintained, just know that your relationship will pass away if you're holding on to the worldly perspective. If you're dealing with it without counsel, right? Without guidance, without consideration to who's standing in front of me, beyond what they can bring to me financially or physically, right? With the pleasure that comes with sleep. Beyond those two things, what are you considering? Because this world, their outlook of marriage is passing away.
God.
The marriage, the divorce rate in America is high. Go ahead, Tyra. Not yet. But down the line. But let's go to this. Now we can go to Ephesians 4 and 17. Now we can go to Ephesians 4 and 17. Y'all getting this?
God.
We got to disconnect from what we think is the relationship goals. Stop looking at what you see on YouTube and movies. Stop having relationship goals based off of a movie and a TV sitcom. Stop having it based off of a rap lyric. Stop having it based off of a comic book, right? A story that you read. You know those black novels?
Yep.
For the Love of the Game by Jonathan Morris. Right? For When Shaniqua Was Young. Right? You going by all these different stories, these black love novels that's all it talks about is drama. Girlfriends and all it's foolishness. It's not based off reality. It's based off of those people's perception of a fantasy. And if it's a fantasy, it's not real life. So let's read where you at, Uriah. Ecclesiastes 4 and verse Ephesians 4 and 17.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord,
Right.
that ye henceforth walk not as as other Gentiles walk.
Gentiles meaning the other nations. Right? And our people that's in the world. Living like nations. The Most High said, don't walk like them no more. Read.
In the vanity of their mind.
They're walking after the what?
In the vanity of their mind.
They're walking in the vanity of their mind. They're reading People's Choice. They waking up and they're going on what? They're going on World Star. They waking up and they're going on Atlanta Black Star Online. Right? They're watching Love and Hip Hop. Which is nothing but fighting and arguing. Nothing but drama. Right? They're watching what's that little church? It's a little church show on Netflix. Greenleaf. They're going by Greenleaf. Right? All that church drama. You got the girl, the daughter trying to run away with the abusive boyfriend. Right? When somebody's homosexual on the low. What else was the drama in Greenleaf, Ree? You started smiling, so I know you watched it.
I think one of them, it was like the son of the head pastor, whatever. He was the son of the head pastor. He would like cheat on his wife all the time, but the wife was cheating too.
Right, so they both cheating, and then he was an abuser. He was physically abusive, but they was both cheating on each other. But that's all the stuff that literally be going on in the world, and that's in the churches.
God.
I mean, shoot, I seen it. I went to a private school. I seen what kids do in private schools, in a so-called church-going school, and it ain't nothing holy, right?
God.
And then there ain't nothing holy going on, right? Young girls giving as they would say, fellatio in the church area, in the church restroom. Young men going into church, taking the church the tithes that they got from the church. Literally. This is all the stuff that's going on. This is the world. And it's going on a daily. But these are the people that you want to listen to for marriage? They have no stability. They have no peace. It's a false smile. They give you fake smiles.
God.
They tried their best to hide their pain from you. Your parents, the person you went to church with, the person that was you seen on the street that you looked at for wisdom. They tried their best to hide their pain from you. Right? What's that Kevin Hart skit? Laugh at my pain? They tried their best to hide it through a smile for you so that you don't see that they were entertaining vanity. But the Most High is saying we got to let those go. Go to Isaiah 2 and 6. Right? Isaiah chapter 2, verse 6. Because what are we talking about? We're talking about Hebrews like relationships 101. And the first step to a successful marriage is knowing and consciously being aware of yourself to know that the things that you picked up from the world about marriage and family, it was all destructive. It was unhealthy. It was counterproductive. It was diminishing to the black family, the Israelite family. But go ahead, Uriah.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people.
This is what?
Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people.
But if they saying, well, we supposed to keep God in our relationships, how do we do it? The world ain't teaching you that. They're teaching you how to be forsaken by the Most High. The reason why you don't see healthy marriages, right? Like you said, 20. You see, got people for 20 years, 10 years, 5, and nowadays 6 months, 2 months, a week. The reason why we see it's like that now is because why? The Most High is forsaking those marriages. He ain't in agreement with those because it was founded off of lust. It was founded off murder, right? Some people got it off of adultery. You stole somebody else's woman. And it probably was a cycle of that happening. So it ain't real. That's why the Most High is forsaking Israel. Because we're doing everything the wrong way. That's why the Most High is forsaking us. Read.
Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob.
Right.
Because they be replenished.
They be what?
Replenished.
Uh-huh.
From the east.
Go ahead.
And are soothsayers.
Because we act. You know why we can't take wisdom from the world? You know why we can't take wisdom from people that are not understanding that they're Israelites? Because they live life like who?
Soothsayers.
They live their life like soothsayers, but read on.
Like the Philistines.
They're following after the world. They're following after the world. And Philistines being who? Modern day Africans. They following the African gods. I go to church on Sunday, but I got these ephah beads. Right? I got these ephah waist beads. I go to church on Sunday, but I'm at a Buddhist temple, right? Eating pork. I go to church on Sundays, right? But I'm where? I'm taking a trip to Thailand, and they giving me what? Pork booty. Right? They feed me bat. Right? I'm taking a sip of cognac with some octopus in there. It's nasty. You're living like a nation. And the soothsayers, that's dealing with witchcraft. And God don't want that amongst Israelites. He don't want that amongst blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? And you know, obviously, the Haitian community is heavily in that, but the Most High don't want that for us. I know a lot of people, they got their little altar of the so-called Mother Saint Mary, but that's a voodoo altar right in their house, a mini voodoo altar of Saint Mary. The candlesticks, you know, the Saint Mary candlesticks, they got those in the house, right, with their little temple of whatever witchcraft that they do, right? But these are the people that you're getting advice for on relationships. These are the people that you listening to their music, and they're literally doing seances on you while you're listening to their music. And they're destroying your marriage. I'm an independent woman. I'm an independent woman. And Beyonce is downloading that to your head. You know what? Yeah, I'm an independent woman. Why I gotta listen to him? Right? Whoop that trick. Yeah, whoop that trick. This trick get on my nerves. I ought to whoop her. I ought to smack her. That's what the world says to deal with your issues. Right? So we don't want to live our life like that no more. When are we going to be tired of worldly relationships? Like when are you going to be tired of like dealing with issues in your marriage? Right? When you have the knowledge. Think about this. Why do I have, you got to ask yourself this question. We got to ask ourselves this question. Why do we have issues in our marriage when we have the wisdom of God? It's not the issue with the Bible. We have to say, what's the issue in me that's causing issues in my marriage? You haven't fully denounced your worldly vision of marriage. It's still about you. Right? That's some of the reason why people be divorcing. I feel like I wasn't able to be me. Like the brother said it, right? He said, well, this is it. I can't do my own thing anymore. I can't be Mr. Player Partner. Right?
Nah.
I can't be Mr. Smooth no more. Right? I can't dip and roll around like I want to anymore. I'm constrained. Where you going, Jonathan? You going to the supermarket?
So I'm about to jump on October 8th and 6th.
Yeah, you jumping. Yeah, you jumping. You gotta say that one.
Every time you say something, I just like,
No, you good. You good. We gonna get there though, right? It says soothsayers, like the Philistines, but we copying the other nations. Read on.
And they pleased themselves.
And they what?
And they pleased themselves.
What did Israelites do?
And they pleased themselves.
You found pleasure in living like a demon. Found pleasure in living like a demon. These people don't care about you. They got hidden agendas. America's a whole hidden. America's a whole propaganda world. Everything's set up to deceive. Everything's set up to trick you. Like you never really fully own your land, right? You never fully own your house even after you pay it off.
Yep.
What is it that you pay? You pay, huh? At the end of the year, right?
every month you pay twice. You pay property taxes, and land taxes.
You pay. So after you pay off your house, you paying property taxes and land taxes
I got to go.
every month,
No, not every year.
every year. Oh, so once a year. Yeah, you pay property taxes. Like, I thought I bought the house.
Yeah.
It's all everything in America is a scheme. Like, why am I paying you to get married? Why am I paying you to get married? I'm going to have to go down to the court system, get a license, and pay to get married. What is that? Right?
Yeah.
Why am I having to pay this pastor to get married? Right? To say to death do us part. By the power invested in me. When the Most High gave you that power? When the Most High gave you that power? Pull the verse where he said the power invested in me. It's a whole money scheme. Because what do? They teach about love at first sight. That's a whole nother worldly idea of marriage. I'm supposed to love you instantly when it's something that's built. But you're not taught that. And then they got this whole idea of going to Vegas and you getting married by some guy dressed as Elvis Presley in Vegas. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's strange activity. That's contrary to the scriptures. We see that? Like, so what are we actually looking? Why are we even looking to pull from the world as a source to back what our idea of marriage is? When all it does is destroy. They don't even want the father in the house for you to get benefits from the government.
Yeah.
Why would you even think that that's something to consider? I don't want to read T.D. Jakes' 5 Keys to Marriage. He's a demon. He was with Diddy.
They just didn't want our fathers in the household because like Esau parents stayed together when they got food stamps.
Right.
Back in the day.
Right.
This new man allowed in the household for Jake in the city.
Yeah, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans.
So like Esau, they had their family stayed together.
Right.
The white women still got welfare.
Welfare. I mean, we did that class Tuesday, right? All the little Jewish people in Koyash, Joel, New York. Right? Them women and those men, they on what? They on that welfare. But they ain't, I guarantee those men is in those homes. Right?
Nope.
Yeah, I can't even say I'm happy I own my own house on the reservation and don't have to worry about property taxes or anything like that. It ain't all that because we've been thrown on reservations. Right? And they give y'all the worst of the land. They give Native Americans the worst parts of the land and they call it a reservation. Right? So they took your whole side of the world that you used to freely roam around and put you in a reserved location. Boxed you in. So why would we even look at these people as an idea for marriage? Why would we think they put something pure on TV? It's just foolish images. But let's finish where you at one more time. That they please themselves.
And they please themselves
Mm-hmm.
in the children of strangers.
They please themselves in children of strangers. That means strange people.
Yep.
Other nations. So we fall in, like right now, America's based off of dang Egyptian, Roman, Greek style of living, Babylonian style of living, Sumerian style of living. And it's all contrary to the Father. Right? They got all these different demonic things going on. So, but what are we here for? We're talking about Hebrew Israelite relationships 101. Right? And the first thing we're having to learn to do, is that we have to let go of our perspective of marriage so that we don't involve ourselves in our marriage and we come with a false expectation. We come with a false expectation when everything's supposed to be learned. Everything's supposed to be learned. You're supposed to learn the person you with, right? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to learn how to deal with them. You're supposed to learn the triggers. You're supposed to learn their likes and dislikes, and all based around the scriptures on how to deal with those things. But the world don't teach you that. They just teach you to live by your personal false expectations. Or in the world they call it now non-negotiables. Right? It's a non-negotiable that he got to have 5 figures or 6 figures jobs. Right? He getting paid 6 figures. She getting paid 6 figures. Like, it's a non-negotiable. But that's foolishness. Right? But let's just read this Proverbs 28 and 12. 28 and 19. Proverbs 28 and 19. But we seeing that though, right? But what do y'all understand so far? Just on this point that we on here right now.
The knowledge that we learned in the the knowledge that we learned in the world about marriage, about being together, Israelites really don't live like that.
You said
Israelites don't live like that. So we need to rethink everything that we've learned in the world about being married and being together as Israelites and change the whole thing and go by the word, but go by the way the Most High wants us to live and be together.
right, yeah, we gotta denounce everything. We gotta let everything go. You gotta break it off. So, right, you gotta break and destroy everything that you picked up from the world, and not associate yourself with any perspective. Right? Don't come with no expectations. Start off fresh. Start off fresh so that you can actually take in the marriage the right way. So you can take in if you're not married and you're going through a process where you're trying to prove this person, you take your time. But go ahead. Oh, it says denouncing the ways you thought marriage was supposed to be from the world. Yeah, straight to the point, right? Well, go ahead. You're right.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 19. He that tilleth his land.
He that who?
He that tilleth his land.
Right.
Shall have plenty of bread.
Yeah, you deal with the land the right way, then you're gonna have plenty of bread, because now you're gonna see the fruits of your labor. But that's even like dealing with a marriage. You deal with your marriage the proper way. You build it off of the standard of in fashion the way the Most High wants you to build it off of. Then what's gonna happen? You're gonna get a fruit. You're gonna get a fruitful desire. Right? You're gonna get a fruitful result. But if we don't do it that proper way, then what? Destruction. And the scripture's gonna say that. Go ahead.
But he that followeth after vain persons.
But if you follow the bad example, Instagram, TikTok, the podcast about relationships you watch, the podcast about alpha males and beta males, the so-called church goers, TD Jakes. You watching TD Jakes' ideas on relationships, right? You watching Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin don't even go off the he shows it so evidently now. He says it so clear now. He don't even go off the logic of the scriptures. Right? He more hitting on people that be hypercritical in the Bible than the people in the world. So he's defending the world more than he's defending the scriptures. That's how he talks. Now, especially. But the Most High says, he that followeth vain persons, read.
Shall have poverty enough.
And so if you're saying, well, why am my relationship lacking in the love? Why is my relationship lacking in the compassion? Why is my relationship lacking in the consideration? Why is my relationship lacking where I feel like my husband don't consider me or my wife don't consider me? It's because you follow in vain persons. And when wisdom is coming out, you find a way to skate around it. You find a way to skip it. You find a way to say, this don't apply to me. You find a way to say that you didn't hear my side. You heard one perspective. But that's how worldly people think. They think off their imagination. And we don't want to be that. But this goes on, and I know I'm saying worldly people, but this goes on in the truth too. This happens in the truth as well. Where we have these irrational perspectives on marriage that you picked up from the world, and you do it and you apply it in your marriage in the truth, but then you don't realize that that's how you deal with brothers and sisters. Right? You take everything emotionally. Right? You take everything emotionally in your relationship, you're going to take it emotionally with brothers and sisters. And you're going to have a negative perspective when they speak to you because you're already on what? The defense. Right?
Yeah.
You already have an idea without actually examining the situation. You already have a feeling of what you think the situation might be before anything even comes out. But the Most High is saying, when you follow vain persons, that's how you're going to think. Because what does the world do? They assume, they presume, they think they know, they go off their intuition. I have a feeling. That's how you always are. You're never going to change. I don't believe he's going to be, I don't believe he cares. That's how the world talk, and then they use those as their basis and not the Most High. But that's why the relationship will be impoverished, right? It'll be lacking, right? So, but this takes us into the next point where it says this is crucial. It says, before she is a wife, she is your sister, right? Before she is a wife, she is your sister, and you could get Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7. Before she is a wife, she is your sister. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 7. And for sisters, you be like, before I am a wife, I am his sister. You could write it down that way. Before I am his wife, I am his sister. And for men, you put, before she is a wife, she is your sister. So, before she is a wife, she is your sister, or before I am his wife, I am his sister. So, read Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 7.
No, 6 and 7. Yeah, 6th chapter, the 7th verse. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 7.
Oh, my fault.
All right. It's locked in. Anybody got it? Yeah. Let's get it. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
If thou wouldest get a friend.
This is what the world didn't teach. This is even before you're married. Y'all are still brother and sister in Christ. Right? You still a man, and she's a woman. And y'all see each other. Y'all supposed to be able to see that if you get us a friend, because that's what your wife's supposed to be before she's your wife. Before she's a wife, she's your sister. There's a bond you're supposed to build, a friendship. So it says, if thou wouldest get a friend, read.
If thou wouldest get a friend.
Heavy on the friend. If you're getting a friend, go ahead.
Prove him first.
You're supposed to prove that friend first. You're supposed to be inquiring on that friend first. And proving mean what? Prove means to test, try, or I like this one, examine someone or something to reveal its true character. You're supposed to be examining this person as a friend first and building that bond, that interaction, that connection before the what? The physical. Before you allow the infatuation to just run wild and run rampant, before you allow your emotions to just control you. Because you could be hype off the moment. I'll call it rash passion. Uncontrollable passion. You're like, this is the one. He's the one. She's the one. But y'all ain't even built no bond yet. Y'all ain't even take no time yet to make sure that y'all build a pure, y'all developed a pure interaction. That you ain't just looking at her because you think, man, this is a good looking sister. This is a handsome looking brother. Oh, he in the Bible too? Ooh, that's a plus 1 + 1 = 2. All right, I'm up. I'm winning now. And I caught his attention, and she caught my attention. But you could be dealing with a brute beast, but you don't know because why? You're not looking at him like a brother first, and she's not looking at you you're not looking at her as a sister. To say, let me prove this person first, because that's a life-changing decision, right? And the world didn't prepare us for that life-changing decision, marriage. That's a life-changing decision. You're literally inviting somebody into your world, into your space, right? Into your time that you would, your independent time, your private time, I would say, right? Your independent time, the time that you would spend with yourself when you get home. That time you would go in your room and lay down and relax, but there's somebody there wanting to talk to you, right? Somebody wanted to interact with you. Somebody wanted to deal with you. Somebody wanted to walk through the scriptures with you. That time it shifts. But what can make the marriage better is just by starting off as friends. And that's the thing that was missed. But the Most High told us to denounce the world, because what are we talking about? Hebrew Israelite relationships 101. And the 101 was to denounce the world so that you could take that out your ideas of relationships so that you can start building from square one. And square one is saying, man, let me not rush because I'm feeling her. Let me not rush because I'm feeling him. Let me actually prove this person as a friend. Let me examine the true character, faith, or quality, right, of this person. But for what sake? And it says often for a specific purpose. There should be a purpose on why you're building that friendship. It says it's for strengthening or demonstrating loyalty. But what should both of you be loyal to? What should both of you be loyal to?
The Most High.
The Most High. You're saying, does this person truly care about serving the Most High? Does this person really believe in God like they say they do? Does this person really care about building a healthy family? Working through issues? Or is this a show? Because when you building a bond with your friend, like think about it. With your friends. Did you just like invite your friends, your friend that you first met over your house the first day? Like I met you today, and just because we clicked, you're like, come over. No. Like how long did it take before you just let your friend come over?
Yeah, so in high school, I used to live right across the street from my high school. So I have like a lot of people over at my house because I used to do like the little studio thing.
Right.
But on occasion, somebody might bring somebody that I don't know.
Yeah.
To the house, and I just automatically like it got to sit on the porch. Like I don't know them.
Right, we got to sit on the porch.
In my house.
Right, not because you got something against them.
Right.
But it's because you just being circumspect.
Kind of.
Right.
We got kids, little girls in the house and stuff like that.
Right.
So, it might take them probably like a week or so, for me to fill them out to make sure they, cool people, not no crazy person are just going to come in here and steal something.
Right. Oh, you was good. You said a week. he was good with him. I took a little minute. I can say, hey, I didn't let a lot of people in the house, or in that, or even know where I live. How long you took, Bree?
Um, I think growing up, it was definitely like a few months of being friends
Yeah.
before they could like come over. Cause any friend that I had that like wanted to come over, I wanted to go to their house or something. Like my mom would have to like hear about me talking about them like for a while,
Mm.
and then she's like, if
That was
you're
her
gonna
rule.
go, hmm?
That was her rule. You
Yeah,
talking
and
about him?
she's like, if you want to go over there, I have to meet their parents first and make sure like
Mm-hmm.
they seem like they're okay people. If you want them to come over here, I still have to meet their parents first
Right. Right.
because I don't want just
Body around my
anybody around. So I would say
children.
it was definitely good. Like
Months.
probably like 3-4 months before I started going to
Taking time.
his house.
Yeah, it took time. How about you? You right?
Just like you said, it took time for people to be invited to my house.
Mm.
So just like with me and Yashim, I knew him I knew him since elementary, but in high school we got cool,
Right.
just chilling around each other,
Uh-huh.
and then probably about the summertime or something like that, we started chilling. But yeah, it had to be a duration of time.
Yeah. But that's the point, right? It had to be a good duration of time so that but you was doing what? You was proving them.
Yep.
You was proving them to see if this is somebody that was worthy enough to come around your space. Like for me, I had to see you for a year. Year. I had to kind of know how you vibe around different people. I want to see if you switch up when you're around different people. Like and to be honest, I've only let 3 people over my lifespan. I count 5 people in my house that have been in my house that I've known, and it's because I know their family. Don't know I know their family, and I've been around their family, and I know how they conduct themselves around different people. Cause you're gonna act your one way with me, but then if I want to see how you conduct around different people, because then if I'm inviting you in my space, you're gonna be around my mom, you're gonna be around my brother, you're gonna be around my sister, and you're gonna be around different people in my family, and they're gonna be like, who the hell you bringing around? If you conducting yourself crazily and don't know how to act, right? So I would call those people, a lot of the people I knew, associates, and I could say I have about good 5 friends. A lot of people I could say call associates, but 5 friends. Now there's people that ain't been in my house, but I got one of somebody I went to school with. He watching right now, actually. Yeah, we went to middle school together. He could have came over my house, but at that time my mom wasn't gonna allow it. He tried to invite me over to his house. My mom didn't allow it because my mom was like your mom, strict, right? But he's never been over, but he could have came over. He was cool people, respectable, but a lot of times you take your time with your friends.
Yeah.
You got to do that with a spouse too, and it should start off like a friendship. And you take but that's the main point, right? You take your time so that you can make sure that you know that you're allowing somebody that's into your space, and they won't tarnish or they won't disrespect your home. Cause a lot of times a lot of the cats I used to play football outside with, because I'm drawing from memory now. I'm not trying to speak on myself, but there's a lot of cats, they was wild. But about as much as my interaction with them was us playing 7-on-7 football outside, and never to allow them in the house because they would act a fool. Right? I see how they act with everybody else. I see how they act in somebody else's house. I'm like, oh, this cat can never come over my house. Because they disrespecting somebody that let them in their house. They get into a fight with somebody in their house. I'm like, this cat can never come over. But that moment allowed for a type of proving to happen. This guy showed his true colors. Oh, you don't even got a respect for this brother that allowed you in his home. to where now you fighting and arguing with him because he told you to relax. You're being too loud. But you got to prove your spouse in his way too to see how they act in different scenarios. But it takes time. How they act, how they feel about class. All right, how they feel about being an Israelite. Right? How would they feel? How would they want to raise the kids? Right? But you building a friendship though. And that friendship through those natural conversations, having deep conversations, it what? You get an understanding and a feel for this person to see if you want to take this more the distance. But the point is that you've proven this person. And before she's your wife, you're looking at her like a sister, like somebody that you want to nourish their spirit, and you care for them beyond the marriage. Like your love is for them is not on the basis of the marriage itself. Like, oh, we gonna get together. It's on the basis that you see another sister, right? An Israelite woman, a black, Hispanic, and Native American woman. You see another Israelite man, a black, Hispanic, and Native American man, and y'all already deal with hell from Esau and the different nations. The Chinese come in your community, the Arabs come in your community, and they open up these corner stores and they do what? They look at you like criminals. They treat you like trash. They feed us trash food, right? You see this man, you see this woman. They've been through hellish things, traumatic situations in life, and you like, we done all been through the curse. We all done been through the curses in some form or fashion. You're like, well, dang, how can I be a help to this person? That should be the vice versa thought. I'm building a relationship with you and a friendship with you because she's the wife, right? And before he's your husband, that's your brother, you're her sister. How can I be a help to this person here? I'm proving you to get to know you, to see if we desire for change. Because I want to be able to be a help me, and I want to be able to teach you how to be a help me. So that not only can you help me, but you can be a help to your nation. So why are we even together? Why are we even talking? I seen something dope today. There was an Israelite couple, right? And they said they used to have chaperones on their dates. They had chaperones on their dates. You know, you could do that, you could not do that. But they wanted to make sure that they were doing things the right way, that it wasn't based off the physical. You know, that's what they said on the post. They wanted to make sure it wasn't based off the physical, so they would have people come around, and that allowed them to be able to be honest and focus in on the friendship building. That's key. Because another question with your friends, what would you go through with your friends? You go hell and high water, right? With somebody that you call a friend, that you locked in with, you go to hell and high water with them. You as they would say, you would ride with them. You will go through different situations with them. Y'all argue, fist fight, be upset, but y'all will always find a way to what? Huh? You said who, Tara? You'll always find a way to come back together. Work it out. Literally. But that's why it's so crucial to build your friendship first. And the scripture says it too, right? The scripture says it as well. Go jump to verse 8.
Verse.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7
Yep.
and 8.
Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Right. Some people is just a friend for their own occasion. 12. Okay. Some people's friend for their own occasion. They're looking for how they can benefit. Right? I get me a wife, now I get me a bank account. Right? I get me a wife, now I can appease my fleshly desire with the pleasure that comes with sleep. I get me a spouse, now I got somebody to blame. Right? Now I got somebody to join me in my toxic nature. Some people are friends for their own occasion. They're not looking for a righteous relationship, a righteous union, a righteous bond. He'll put up with me. I ain't got to change. She'll put up with me. I ain't got to change. You feel like you can hide under this person because you're looking at their weaknesses and you saying, oh, I ain't got to change. But the Most High said some people are a friend for their own occasion. Go ahead.
and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
But when the trial and tribulation come, they're not gonna be there. But in the time where you just building your friendship, the Most High is good at making things transpire. So that what? Y'all can prove to each other to see if y'all really want to be together. He'll show you the, as they would say, the signs. Right? And of course, counsel. Guided through counsel, of course, right? He'll show you the signs and the things to look at and be aware of as you're building this friendship. But this part is so important because it enables you to develop the care for this person. Y'all getting this? What y'all understand from this point? Sisters, what y'all understand from this point? Go ahead, Sister Bree. Anna. Sister Brianna.
Basically that when you're trying to seek out somebody for marriage, you shouldn't only be looking on the physical. You should be looking at like the person as a friend and focus on the friend aspect first, and how basically just having the care of a brother and sister, how they would how you would in the church, in the congregation, making sure you care for them on the baseline, but also just focusing on building friendship first.
Yeah, you focus on the friendship because you're trying to create that bond. You want something that's gonna last, not something that's gonna just fall apart. But you build something that's gonna last because you're taking the time with it. You ain't jumping the gun. You getting familiar with each other. Like, oh, she's not upset with me. She's just battling herself. She told me that she deals with a little bit frustration. She gets frustrated easy. So now, because y'all done talked about that during the friendship period, you have an understanding to not personalize it and making it an emotional thing, like she's attacking you and don't like what you're saying to her. She's just a person that's short, don't like to think. So that's her going through her own personal battle. Right? Or he's not angry with me. He just likes things a certain way. He's trying to show me what he likes and how he likes it in this particular way. But if you develop in the friendship period, then you get the opportunity to understand each other in that time. So let's read on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9.
Right?
And there is a friend,
right,
who is being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
Right. You got a friend, now it's turned to enemies. Now you turn to enemies because why? You skipped a step. Y'all was just thinking about the flesh. But the Most High has us set up in a way where he has rules and regulations for us to follow to make sure and to assure that the marriage is pure. But when the steps is skipped and you skip the friendship step, then now you don't know who you're dealing with, and they just talking bad about you. They talking bad about you to their mom. They talking bad about you to their dad. They just running their mouth about. They just gossiping. Now you got you a Cardi B. And now you got you a what? A Stephon Diggs, right? Or Offset. Mm-hmm. You see the chaos with that one. It was just based off of what? Lust and not a friendship. And then now they both is just what? Talking bad about each other behind each other's back. And some in the front. So now they was dating, but now there was all this lovey-dovey so-called on the surface. And now they looking at each other as enemies. I can't stand the light of him. I can't stand the light of her. Right? And now they got all this animosity and hate, but they got kids together. Why you got all this animosity and hate, but y'all got kids together? Why y'all enemies, but y'all got kids together? Because he wasn't looking at her as a friend, and she wasn't looking at him as a friend. And that wasn't established. Because you got some people that done broken apart, but because they built their relationship off their friendship, and they're broken apart now, they're able to what? Nah, I would never speak down on her. She's a great mom. He's a great father. I know we're not together. We had our differences, and we didn't work out, but I would never speak down on that man. I would never speak down on that woman because they built a friendship at first. Now, we know they ain't last because why? They ain't had the wisdom. Our people didn't have the wisdom. They was missing pieces. So, but the Most High is showing us that friendship part is very important. But let's go to Ecclesiastes 19:4. Ecclesiastes 19:4. Ecclesiastes 19 and verse 4. There's a lot more we're going to go to, but it's 10. It's 10:08. So I'm going to let this be the last one for now. Ecclesiastes 19 and 4.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
He that is hasty to give credit,
Or she.
he or she
Right.
that is hasty to give credit
Right.
is light-minded.
Is what?
Light-minded.
And light-minded means what? It says you have a lack of spiritual seriousness. Being easily swayed by trivial worldly matters rather than focusing on divine truths. So your mind is easily swayed. Somebody could have a spiritual conversation with you, and you're like, man, she's the one. I ain't never experienced this before. Oh my goodness, man. He good looking, and he talking about God. Oh my gosh. This is the one for me. And it's early on. But the Most High said you're supposed to build that friendship so that you don't give credit to somebody that's a fool. Somebody that's a demon. Somebody that's moving in a demonic state of mind. That they got all but evil intentions. They just want a house from you. They just want a stepdad from you. So that they don't got to deal with the kids and you deal with them. Right? Or a stepmom. Throw the kids on you. Oh, okay, a woman's supposed to guide her house. So you know what? I'm going to lay with her. She going to marry me. And she going to take care of the kids now. And I'm not going to have to deal with them as much. All I'm going to have to do is whoop them. You think about some sort of what you can get from a person. Naturally, we're going to receive from each other because we're one now. We're a team. That don't have to be the focus. But when you get hasty to give credit, you skip the friendship, and now you don't even realize you just got with a demon. You just got with a demon, and you missed the key components. Or you in your marriage now, and you don't know what to do. You don't know where the marriage is at. You don't know if you still want to be together. Because why? It's all confusing. Because you're not building your relationship off the proper foundation. You're not thinking about the friendship. The friendship keeps you bonded. The knowing those who you labor amongst keeps you bonded. But the Most High is showing us, he that's hasty to give credit is like-minded. Read. Mm-hmm.
And he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul.
Right. And, and of course it goes on, right? It gives more understanding. When you sin, you go against your own soul. When you don't apply the right method in your marriage, you sinning and you're going against your own soul. Right? Because you're not conforming to the Most High's wisdom on how to deal with it. She was supposed to be your friend. She's supposed to be your friend. And if you're like, well, damn, we married. We missed that part. You could do it right now. But you got to start off with fresh ground. You got to be willing to purge off that mind. But that's not the end of this class. Right? It's not the end of the class. We didn't fully go into it as far as this friendship portion. Right? We didn't fully go into this friendship portion. So we're gonna finish this another time. If not next Thursday, at some point, right? If not next Thursday, but we'll see. We'll see. So, but I don't know if anybody had any questions, comments, concerns, final statements in class, online. Khan, La. Okay, with that we're gonna say shalom to everybody online. Shalom. All right.